Hi everyone. I don't think there's anyone out there who has never consulted a doctor in their life. But did you know about these points while visiting your doctor? Maybe your consultation experience would have improved if you knew these points. A doctor consultation can be of two types: an emergency consultation and a routine consultation. Of course, nothing can be planned in case of an emergency consultation. You just take your patient and rush to casualty for the emergency management because of whatever the ailment is. But in case of a routine consultation, you can plan and have the following checklist with you. First point is, do remember to take all your medical documents, your reports, your scans to the doctor, however insignificant it may appear to you. Let your doctor decide its relevance in your current clinical condition. You have it ready for the reference. It could save precious time of you as well as your doctor, and it could also save you from having another trip to the OPD just to get those records. There are occasions when patients have consulted me once and they have come for the follow-up after 3 to 4 months. When they come for the follow-up, they don't bring their old scans, saying that, "Doctor, you have already seen them." It's not just about seeing a scan and then making a diagnosis and treatment plan. It's about the minute details which are present in them, and it's practically not possible for anyone to remember all these minute details of every patient. It's also important that we correlate your current clinical condition with the scan which was done some time back. So do remember to take all your documents whenever you go to consult your doctor. The second point is, be very open about your history. Reveal every minute detail. Let your doctor decide whether the piece of information that you gave is relevant in your case or not. But you tell all the history. And in case if you are not comfortable with revealing any of the history in the presence of your family member, make necessary adjustment to have a private consultation. Be assured that your privacy and all the clinical details of yours are absolutely safe and confidential with your doctor. It's a part of our medical ethics. The third point is, don't lie to your doctor. It's the most important point. Don't lie about anything. It may be about some piece of advice which you failed to follow, or it may be some history which you are embarrassed to reveal, or it may be about some treatment that you already received by consulting some other doctor, whatever it is. But don't lie. And just remember, your consultation with the doctor is not your test of character or your adherence to a particular advice. And no doctor is going to judge you based on all these things. And the more you lie, more you get into trouble, because something about which you lied may play a very important role in forming the diagnosis and then the further course of treatment. So don't lie to your doctor. The fourth point is, make a list of all the doubts that you want to clarify with your doctor. Write it down on a piece of paper and take it with you. Most of the time, all the doubts of the patients or the relatives are not cleared simply because they are not asked. So have your list with all the doubts ready whenever you consult the doctor. The fifth point is, it's okay to take second opinion. Probably everybody takes. But you keep your opinions as well as the opinion of the previous doctor to yourself. Let the doctor examine you and make a diagnosis. And please don't compare different doctors because most of the time, most of the diseases can be managed by more than one ways. And your doctor decides what suits you the best based on his past experiences, his knowledge, his skill, etc. In many cases, only time decides what would have been a better option given a particular circumstance. But every doctor wishes the best for his patient. Sometimes it may be okay to discuss your past experiences with the doctor, but don't have fixed ideas or don't be adamant. When you start a treatment, trust your doctor. After that, don't think too much. The sixth point is, don't hesitate to ask your doctor about anything about your disease or the tests that were asked for or the proposed treatment plan. A patient with a good knowledge of his problem always makes the treatment easy for the doctor. But at the same time, don't be paranoid or suspicious about the tests ordered or the proposed treatment plan. Internet is a good source of information, but ultimately when it comes to your health, you have to listen to your doctor, because every patient is different and every patient's response to a treatment is also different. So the seventh point is, as much as possible, make sure that the patient is accompanied by the closest of the relative or the person who's going to take care of his further treatment or the expenses, because this decision taker needs to get the first hand information from the doctor. The eighth point is, being a patient bystander, keep your emotions and perturbations under control. Don't let your patient emotionally sink by letting him or her know that his or her condition has brought great suffering to the entire family, especially financially. You can have all these discussions with your doctor after sending the patient out of the consultation room. Try to be sympathetic and supportive to the patient and try to fill them with positive vibes. The ninth point is, be polite to your OPD staff. It's not uncommon to have patients or the relatives becoming resentful after waiting for some time and then getting into bitter argument with the OPD staff, hence disturbing the fellow patients who are also waiting in the OPD hall. So the 10th point is, please patiently wait for your turn in the OPD and don't hurry up unless it's a medical emergency, because you too will get the due attention that you deserve when it's your turn. And please do watch this video on long OPD waiting hours. I am providing the link in the description below. So these were a few of the points about consulting your doctor. If you felt these points were relevant and useful to you, like the video and share it among your friends and family. If you want more of such health related videos, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for listening.